Welcome back. The week-long Bless the City volunteer event has been underway since Monday in the Madison Square neighborhood of Grand Rapids. Here to tell us all about it live in studio, Nate Gillespie and Dallas Lanier. Thank you both so much for being here live with us in studio.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, good morning.
Absolutely. All right, so you all are coming together, bringing hundreds of volunteers together for this week-long event. Either one of you, feel free to jump in on any question that you want to answer. Tell us what this event is all about.
I'd say this event is about unity in service and faith in action, right? It's churches and organizations coming together to make a tangible, visible difference in our community.
Nice, nice. And so there are a number of different organizations behind making this possible, right? Talk about that.
That's right. Yeah, we have over 20 churches involved and over a dozen nonprofits as well, like you mentioned. Hundreds of volunteers. I think we'll end the week a little over 200, hopefully.
Nice.
But it's great to see organizations, churches and nonprofits alike, organizations that oftentimes can be siloed and work independently, coming together for the good of the city.
Yeah, well, how did this all come together? Is this the first year that you've done something like this? And how did you all put something like this together?
So yes, this is our first year, and it really was the vision of a number of pastors and organizations who just wanted to make a tangible difference. And as you said, it's the first year, so we're hoping that this becomes something that we will continue. In fact, we are planning to continue it into next year. So we're already thinking and planning to see what that looks like. And so, as you mentioned earlier, we're starting with the Madison Square neighborhood. Our plan is to radiate throughout the city as we grow.
Nice, nice. Well, I want to hear more about what that is exactly. I mean, we talked about this happening now for over the week. We're showing some pictures now that you all sent us. What does that look like? What's been happening since Monday?
Yeah, great question. So the project's focused on three main categories. Housing, home beautification, landscaping is one. Youth engagement and education is a second. And then the third is transportation.
Nice.
So throughout each of those three sectors of service, we've been deploying volunteers with partner nonprofits. So this week, I think we'll have worked on over 35 houses from a home exterior beautification standpoint, landscaping, an empty lot cleanup. I think 6 empty lots, 36 houses, over 200 bags of trash refuse for the city to take care of now.
Wow, that's incredible.
A couple of youth engagement evenings, so bringing the elementary and middle school and some high school students of the neighborhood together to work with and meet and interact with some really cool after-school organizations, ranging from junior achievement on the business and entrepreneurial front, ICI Nation on the kids and police officer relationship development front.
Excellent, yeah.
And a number of other faith-based organizations. And then on the transportation side, we've been working with a few local mechanics and a few local parts suppliers to do brake and other basic car repairs for over, I think, 25 plus cars.
Wow.
At this point.
For people in the community?
For people in the community. And the demand for that was huge.
I'm sure.
There was a limit of about 25. We're trying to stretch towards 30. And only one church doing outreach resulted in, I believe, 70 requests. So this is an ongoing thing we'd like to do.
That is amazing. Amazing work that I'm sure people in the community are so thankful for. What were you going to say, Dallas?
Well, I just wanted to piggyback off of the transportation piece. So in our church, we're in the midst of an investment club. And the person who's facilitating that also works with homeless families in our community. One of the things he shared with us is that many times homelessness is created out of a $400 auto repair need.
Wow.
And so the fact that we are serving these families, it's not just about fixing brakes. It literally could be the difference between them being able to continue to keep their job and stay in their home and provide for their families. And so one brake job can lead to a lot of impact for a family.
Yeah, such an important point. I mean, we know how that affects families all around, getting that unexpected expense and how devastating that can be to a family. I mean, car trouble is just one area of that. So amazing that you all are going into the community, tackling these areas. You talked about the outreach for needing the help. I'm not surprised by that. How did you all get the volunteers, people wanting to donate their time and help with these efforts? How did you get that help?
Well, and that comes from the wonderful partner churches involved. Like I mentioned, there's just about 24 churches engaged. And The lead churches are primarily in the urban core, but there are suburban churches that have come alongside to partner. And of those 20 or so churches, at least 10 plus volunteers per church right now is the volunteer count. And the ask is simple. The churches are preaching a message of service, a message of love, a message of community. And it's very hopefully easy for pastors to say, let's put that into action. And the results have been really promising.
Yeah, obviously people are stepping in to help when that call is made. That's amazing. Tell me more about the organizations that you two are with. Dallas, I know you mentioned that you are with one of those churches that's helping.
Yes. So I'm with Journey Church. I'm the pastor of Journey Church. And so we're a young church, 5 years old, but we are part of this neighborhood and community. And so as Nate stated, yes, this is who we are, right? This is how we serve internally, and we serve one another. But to be able to be a part of something larger is motivating in and of itself. We get to meet other people and make a difference, in a way that we could not on our own. So we're happy to be a part.
Absolutely.
And I have a number of entrepreneurial endeavors, but in this capacity, serve as a founder and president of 616 Service, an organization working to build community through service. I go to Tabernacle Community Church. Pastor Artie Lindsay of Tabernacle is one of the spearheads of this project. And we got talking about Bless the City and what it could be. And the church pastors are strong on vision. We try to be strong on that as well, but primarily organization. And so the conversation around what was Bless the City going to be, and when we got brought in, was focused around a deep connectivity to the neighborhood that we were focused on, primarily led by churches that exist in that neighborhood and around it. And by discussing what the key needs of that neighborhood were, 616 Service, myself, and some others came in and helped drive the focus towards the three areas we talked about. Some measurable, acute areas that we could plug in to the community to illustrate both the church's love, but also drive economic impact and drive a greater community by serving needs, again, that I mentioned are so acute to members of the neighborhood. Yeah,
really, really cool work. Why starting with the Madison Square neighborhood, and what are some of the other neighborhoods that you're wanting to target?
I'll let you get that one.
I think there are so many neighborhoods in need in the community, and so it was probably a mixture of a cluster of the most churches engaged at the beginning, right around Madison Square. It's very central to the community, very central to the 49507, which was the primary heart of the churches engaged in this. Eventually, you have to pick one.
Right.
And so this is the beta year, as Pastor Dallas mentioned. Our goal is not for Bless the City Week to be the thing. This is not the moment of, great, look at what we accomplished. Let's pat ourselves on the back and be done. This is hopefully the spark of something greater into the future, seeing churches come together
beyond
in a more permanent way, beyond this week. And whatever Bless the City Week 2026 looks like, we hope it touches other neighborhoods just like the community and the churches involved have been able to bless Madison Square.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one day left, right, of this week-long effort. Anything in particular you want to point out in terms of what's still left to go this week?
Yeah, there's really 2 days left now because we are just the beginning of Friday, and it turns out most people like to volunteer on Saturday when work is not existent.
You know what? It's like almost the end of my day because I started so early, but I'm like, okay, Friday's over and done with, but no, 2 days left.
Yes, so there are a number of landscaping projects. The auto repair fair is wrapping up today.
Okay.
There's a big ramp build with Home Repair Services, a wonderful organization helping an individual who's not able to really get out of their home on a day-to-day basis. So after today, that will no longer be the case. And then tomorrow, after a number of volunteer projects, there's a celebration. So bringing the churches together, members of the community that have been impacted this week to celebrate what has happened, celebrate the Madison Square neighborhood, and the promise of what it can be and what this church alliance can be moving forward.
Really cool. So still a lot of work happening in these last couple of days. Anything else you want people to know, and how can people get involved if they're watching this and they're like, this is amazing, I want to help with these efforts? What should they know?
Certainly, people should know they can go to blessthecitygr.com and register their organization to be a part, and we will stay in contact with them as we begin to envision what Bless the City 2026 looks like. And we'll need more volunteers, and we'll be able to affect a larger part of our community.
And it's worth noting, Bless the City Week is a major effort right now, and Bless the City 2026 too will be a major week of focus. But in the interim, there will be a lot of volunteer opportunities. So if churches or members of the community say, I want to be a part of that, they don't have to wait until next year.
Nice.
We're going to be continuing some of these service projects throughout the rest of 2025 and then into 2026 as we construct that.
All right, amazing work. I mean, people talk about giving back, but these are the things that really matter to people, that they can see the impact on their day-to-day lives right away. Really cool work that you all are doing. And thanks again so much for joining me live in studio to tell us about it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Emily.
thanks, Emily.
Yeah, absolutely.